Galatea's first island, Moonglade Marsh, is a beautiful island filled with new trees, mobs, items, and mechanics. From the mysterious murkwater to the beautiful rolling fig trees, Galatea's first island holds untold secrets, and in tandem with the new hunting skill, offers buffs beyond anything Skyblock has ever seen. So let's continue our journey to max out this first island and try to hit that new foraging cap of 54. All right, and there we go. That is Heart of the Forest Tier 4. That's pretty sweet. And if we check in here, we've got 2 more tokens to use. So I'll have to figure out what makes the most sense for me and for my current build. There's a lot of different things here that are relatively good. Precision cutting's okay. I like Lottery. It's basically just Sky Mall, but with less bullshit. Foraging Madness is good too. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of messing around that we'll do here to figure out sort of what the quote-unquote optimal build is, but we'll be pushing towards that, and unlocking this is pretty big. Our next goal is going to be Hot F5 for sure, to get the center of the forest unlocked. That's going to be really nice. It's going to be a lot of upgrades. And then eventually, once we start getting to these top tiers, that's when foraging starts to get fucking busted. So look forward to that. Now, and I've just been doing non-stop fig, non-stop contests. We've got our trousers, our striders, our cap, and now, for the first time, slash recipe fig debuting on the not_nitrix Ironman. Drumroll please. Fig mail. The full fig outfit. Boom. Oh yeah, no, that is something else, man. I am fucking excited. I believe I'm gonna have to go buy a foraging fortune booster because I am short one of those, but yeah, this is nice. I'm excited about this having full fig, and then I am 3 out of 4 on the equipment. My David's cloak is up to a rare at this point, so you know, lots going on there. What is my guy up to here, bro? Like, is he stuck? Oh, let's see if I get on. Oh, I died. Okay, here we go. So we just hit Agatha milestone 4, so that gives us a whopping 20,000 foraging XP, which is honestly not that much, you know, and with modern foraging now, like, it's not that much at all. But more than anything, what we care about is the upgraded shop access. That's a huge deal. There's some insane shit in here. Agatha's milestone 5 is the eventual goal. We're going to keep working towards that, but this alone has taken long enough. So, you know, looking at some of the things that are available, you can increase the foraging cap in here now. I will be increasing the sweep percentage almost immediately. I just have to check if there's anything else insane in here. I definitely do want this, yeah, because I want to get my frog up to epic. And then the fighting booster, which I have not seen yet, increases damage against foraging island creatures. So that's cool. Very useful to have that. And then it doesn't look like there's any upgrade to the Moonglade line yet. I'm sure that'll come with the last bit there. But it's nice to have unlocked the Heron because that gives sweep towards mangrove trees. So we're going to spend what little we have on a bunch of these because they're really good. Not recipe, HB. So as you can see, our hunting box is getting pretty full. I've been focusing pretty hard on trying to get unique attributes filled out, but also just ones that are useful in general to the good old foraging grind. So yeah, that's been pretty good. Yo, all right, so another big old milestone here. We just hit 200,000 logs cut on the axe. It doesn't quite display properly. Let me see if this will make it catch up. We'll just catch it up real quick so for the sake of it looking pretty for the video. But yeah, I just got the notification in chat, so we are officially getting a full 20 extra sweep from cutting 200,000 logs. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't want to update, but I am very pleased to have that done. Now we have to finish maxing out Absorb, which goes way fucking higher. This is exciting. The final clip of the evening before I just settle into grinding contests over and over and just getting comfortable in bed is creating the final piece of equipment that we need to complete the entire set. We now have the, 8 pieces of best in slot, essentially, equipment. We still need to grind up the David's Cloak some more, and there's a few, tits and tats here and there that we can race on things, obviously, but overall, this is it. And having these mangrove grippers, it doesn't seem like much, but once I put the sweet booster on it, I put the foraging, wisdom booster on it, and eventually I need to go grab, actually, let's do it right now. I'll go grab the fortune booster as well. That you can find in, it's like basically opposite to where the actual village is. It's like a little village. Let's see, is it over here? No. It's a little tough to navigate Galatea sometimes, but it's just because of its sheer size. It's not necessarily the fault of the island or its design per se. I wouldn't say any issues there. But yeah, here we go. Here is the guy. And as we hit the anvil, God, I'm so excited to actually be like kind of low-key maxed out. This is sweet. Wisdom, and then the sweet booster. Boom, there it is. All right, we now are adding an additional 10 fortune, 0.5 wisdom, and 3 sweep to the setup. At this point, that renders us with 211 sweep without, a lot of the bonuses of like nighttime and stuff like that. So pretty good. David's cloak is now epic. It's getting tons and tons of stats, so it's looking good. I am full fig at this point, working on maxing it out. Got a bunch of boosters on it, but need a few more. I do think I actually need to put some boosters on my fig mail. Let me check if that's true. Yeah, okay, hell yeah, more sweep coming in. But anyway, so I've been working on all this stuff, and it's been fun. I have really enjoyed the foraging update and the hunting stuff, so we're pivoting more towards hunting stuff now. I am using the full snorkeling outfit, which will soon upgrade into divers, but we need a ton of sea loomies, like so fucking many. So we'll be working on getting those now to craft them up into enchanted sea loomies, and then use them to upgrade into divers and use them to make, better fishing nets. You need them for talismans. So we're going to be working on that for a while. Pretty awesome one coming in here. We have got 40 foraging, just continuing to knock out these legendary contests. I'm almost done with the Agatha milestones. I'm on the 5th one. I'm about a third of the way through the 5th one. That means about 1,000 tickets left, or about 30 legendary placements, and I've already got like 5 or 6 saved up. So we're making pretty good progress towards being able to quote-unquote max out the Agatha shop. There will then, of course, need to be a ton of grinding of tickets, because we're going to need all sorts of the stuff that's in there. The stuff that comes from Tier 5 really isn't too crazy. For the most part, it just gives you the legendary frog and unlocks the shiniest that you need to get a Jade Dragon. Speaking of Jade Dragons, I am thoroughly considering the idea of going for one if foraging turns out to be a decent raw coin method. If it does, I'll probably continue to grind it for quite some time and continue to amass a shitload of resources, make some cash, and then maybe get a Jade Dragon, because I feel like it would be cool to have one, and it would also be really silly to get a Jade Dragon before a Golden Dragon. Really, even on a main, but on a like an Ironman especially is like, what the hell are you doing? But I love foraging. This is awesome. So it's definitely something that I'm considering. As we just have to figure out how much of a grind it's going to look like. I don't really have access to like mining, which is like the super, or I do have access to mining, right? But I don't have access to good equips for mining, which is the super good like raw cash method. And my garden is like okay. So if foraging here outpaces my mediocre ass garden, then we'll probably go for that. But if not, then I think we're just going to keep foraging, you guys. Like, there's a lot to do here on Galatea. Like, I could probably make, this episode and then an entire additional episode just dedicated to foraging and hunting, and I, wouldn't have even finished everything. So I think that's pretty cool. I think it's nice how much content came into the game. I think, a lot of people were disappointed by the amount of content, but I just can't agree with that. I mean, even those of us who are absolutely fucking cleaving it out are still, have literal days worth of gameplay, here with this new release. So I am a fan. I think it's awesome. I think it's super interesting. I think it's super fun. It's unique. It combines all of the elements of other skills that I think people really like, and also polishes out a lot of things like, the powder equivalent, the forest whispers, are not, bad at all to grind. They're very casual and natural. The contests, run every single day, so you don't have to feel like you're catching a certain one, and you don't have to catch a certain resource either, because the contests work for whatever resource you want on the foraging island. That includes shards, fishing, foraging, all sorts of different stuff. So pretty cool. I really like the Agatha's contests, and it's a nice little motivator to like get a legendary every time. Feels good, feels fun, and it also gives halfway decent HOTF XP. I believe 700 per legendary placement, so we're coming up on 40k out of 100k for HOTF 6. We will definitely be going for HOTF 7 in the very near future, if not right away. So yeah, that's just kind of our little update here. Not a whole lot to update in terms of equipment. I've started to get groovy on some things, and we've got boosters on everything, so looking good there. Our David's Cloak is still epic, but it probably will be legendary before too terribly long here. It's something that I'm grinding for really quickly. I'm trying to be somewhat optimal with traps, with salts, all those things, so I can progress those milestones, and then also just generally unlocking attributes and leveling them up whenever I can. Got a lot of good stuff here, so I am pleased with the way that things are turning out. I have a lot of attribute fusion that I need to do. It's a little bit frustrating, a little bit obnoxious, just because some of the combos can be repetitive or pointless, etc. But it will be useful in the long run to have more and more unique attributes, especially those that give sweep or those that are common or uncommon, so that the things that there are things that give certain buffs based on the amount of common or uncommon attributes that you have, and one of them gives sweep, so that would be very nice to have and to work towards. So yeah, there's a whole lot going on, but at the same time, not a whole lot going on. It really is just kind of hours and hours of mangrove grinding, sea lumi grinding, etc. Once I'm done feeling like I'm done with the mangrove for a little bit, I'm going to take a break and grind out some more sea lumis so that I can make an upgraded fishing net and then start working towards the diver armor, which its new recipe requires the sea lumis, the enchanted ones, in large quantity, and then there is an upgrade to the diver set, the abyssal set, that requires even more sea lumis, so got our work cut out for us. But yeah, after all of this lumi grinding on stream, we have gotten to the point of having full diver's outfit, which is pretty fucking sweet. It's pretty useful. It gives an extra 1.5 treasure chance while you're in the water, or while you're underwater rather, and then of course an increased amount of respiration and pressure resistance compared to its predecessor. So good set, useful set to have. We are going to now be working on getting it up to the next tier, which is Abyssal. And Abyssal is just very useful for treasure hunting, very useful for pressure resistance. It gives a whole 5 extra pressure resistance per piece over the divers, which is pretty significant. And so in order to get to some of those much, much deeper areas, we really need to work on getting our pressure resistance up. So that's what we're going to do. But the reason I got this divers was so that if we come over in here and then we go in here, you can fish for what's called flex bones in here. And flex bones are very useful item that you need to craft. I want to say not the lasso, but maybe the fishing nets. Is that it? Yeah, you need it for the fishing nets. And so I really want to rate those up, or rate them up. What is this, a gacha? I really want to rank those up and make them better, because the basic one only gives 7 and the next one gives like 27 or something, so way fucking better. So yeah, we'll be working on some fishing for a while here, getting our treasure chance up and just grinding away at that. And yeah, hopefully we'll come back either with some flex bones or with some abyssal. Yo, all right. So I am going to go ahead and let this be the last clip of this episode so I can get it out this morning. But we are a hair's breadth away from level 5, so let's claim that. And there we are with Agatha's milestone at level 5. Pretty exciting there. The biggest thing is just the new item unlocks. So we've got access to a shiniest, which we'll need for a Jade Dragon, the Moonglade artifact, which is cool. I'll be upgrading that in a second. We also get access to the giant frog treat, which we're buying right away, because I want the legendary frog. So that's looking pretty good. And then the other thing that was added appears to just be, the new tiers of these things. Specifically the Agatha's power, the percentage sweep is really good. So we're going to go for that. Glad I saved pretty much just the exact correct amount of these coupons. And of course, even though the milestones are finished, we're going to keep grinding it out because it's just, we need them. Need everything in here, need to max it all out eventually. But yeah, so that's pretty exciting. We've got a lot of progress there. And then if we come into the accessory bag as well, we have the large fishbowl done. We have the pressure artifact done. I made this. I'll be upgrading this in a second, and then we're working on getting the rune blade ring to its next upgradable level. Need like 64 rune blade talismans or something, so getting there. It's not going to take that long, so I'll be finishing that off pretty soon. But yeah, magical power is looking pretty good. We're over 350 without our personal compactor in there. With our personal compactor, it's going to be just a little bit higher, 367. So yeah, we're making some pretty good progress in terms of really everything, in my opinion. The foraging level is absolutely nutty now. It's like 42. We got 43, which is fantastic, and 19 hunting as well. And if we take a look at our hunter box, sorry, I accidentally opened essentials. There's a lot of good stuff in here. Oh, actually, you know what? now that one's max too. But yeah, there's a ton in here that I need to go through and siphon and fuse up. I've just been catching a shitload of stuff lately. Pretty much anything that seemed like it would be beneficial, I've just been catching and siphoning. I want to say, like, I save a lot of stuff, specifically, you know, like the rarer stuff if I can, because those are really essential for fusions. But anything that's like uncommon and below, I'm pretty much just always consuming right off the bat in order to make things a bit easier. Sorry if you can hear my cat going crazy in the background. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. I appreciate you guys very much for watching. I hope you all have a great day. And yeah, I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.